Quotes from J.C. Philpot. From the Kindle, Deep Christian Quotes and Bible Verses. First quote. And thus a living soul receives Christ, not merely as driven by necessity, but also as drawn by affection. He does not receive Christ merely as a way of escape from the wrath to come, merely as something to save a soul from the worm that dies not, and the fire that is not quenched, but mingled with necessity, sweetly and powerfully combined with it, and intimately and intricately working with it. There is the flowing forth of genuine affection and sincere love that goes out to Him, as the only object really worthy of our heart's affection, our spirit's worship, and our soul's desire. And we cannot say that less than this comes up to the meaning of the Scripture expression to receive Christ. If we cannot, then, trace out in our hearts more or less of this work, which I have attempted feebly to describe, we cannot yet be said spiritually to have received Christ. Second quote. The will of man shadows forth a religion put upon us by others. And to what does the great mass of the religion of the present day amount? If we gauge it by the scriptural standard, if we look at it with a spiritual eye, if we examine it in its beatings Godward, what must we say of the vast bulk of religion current in this professing day? Must we not say that it is according to the will of man? Eloquent exhortations to flee from the wrath to come, thundering denunciations of God's vengeance against the world, working upon the natural feelings, wooing men into a profession of religion, drawing into churches boys and girls just out of the Sunday school, and persuading all from infancy to gray hairs to become religious. This is the way in which is brought about the birth after the will of man. And what is the end of it all? It leaves the soul unto the wrath to come. There is in all this religion no deliverance from the law, no pardon of sin, no separation from the world, no salvation from death and hell. These various births, be they of blood, or of the will of the flesh, or of the will of man, leave a man just where they found him, dead in sin, destitute of the fear of God, and utterly ignorant of that divine teaching, which alone can save his soul from eternal wrath. Thanks.